Hi High Tides, I hope you had a great week. Today we're going to start off with something new here to Beach High. Last week we had a fun-filled night of teacher and student inner thoughts. Here it is from the Black Box Theater.
Hello, my name is Travis Bolden. I'm a creative writing teacher here at Beach High. We just recently had our first High Tide open mic on January 26th from 6 to 8 in the Black Box Theater here at Beach. It was a great success. It was important because first of all, the High Tide, an open mic is about creative expression. So the students were able to, club members and Quill and Scroll were able to perform their original pieces or pieces from other artists that inspired them. We had people do slam poetry, we had people who are singing, performing monologues, etc. It's important because we need as a community here with all this talent that we have, especially the raw talent, to have an outlet, a forum where students can express themselves and the students can actually come out and hear their other students as well.
Dismissed. You are OKA. Why do you do this? You don't even know who you are anymore, do you?
I've been handed the baton that Tupac is handed. No matter what happens, I am still standing, pushing through like I'm up against this bandit.
Don't you want to get married together? Being known as Mr. and Mrs. Depression, that lovely couple who just can't spend a second away from each other?
And he said, oh, do you come from a land down under?
Woman and weakness is not a compound word. Gender does not mean limitation.
America is not one nation under God. America is one nation under God, Allah, Brahma, and insert appropriate deity here.
That scar on your left wrist is not a tattoo. It is a reminder, not a source of fame. And we need to stop.
So our next one is going to be February 18th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. in the Black Box Theater as well. So we hope to see all of you out there again. We're going to sell tickets from $2. It is a smaller venue, but it gives you the feeling of a coffee house, intimate, close to the entertainer, and the audience can connect with the entertainer. So it's a smaller venue, so you want to get there early, purchase your ticket in advance, and I hope to see you all there. And we do appreciate the support we did have for the first night. Thanks.
Wow, we really have some pros in there. Be sure to check out the next one. I know we all want to spend money on fun things and even save for the future, but doesn't it get in the way of our studies?
Yeah, it definitely affects your performance in school because you're worrying about other things. You're worrying about what really you have to worry about in at work, and then at the same time while you're in school, you're trying to do whatever you can in school, but at the same time you're still thinking about other stuff. So I think it does affect.
I don't think that working interferes on your studies if you can manage it.
It doesn't you won't be able to do your homework, you won't be able to study for a test or rest for the next day when you go to school.
If you come back tired working a night shift, then you're not going to do as good because you're going to be tired and stuff.
If they're doing two things at once, that's not letting them do what they have to do correctly.
Well, I think it depends on the student. If a student's mature enough to handle and juggle both working and doing school work, then I think they can do it. But it just depends on their personality and how mature they are.
The only thing I would be against younger people or students having the jobs if it gets away with their academics. Because to me, there's really no point in having a job if you're going to mess up your academics and not be well prepared for college or any kind of higher education.
Stressful.
Concentration.
Challenging.
Worthless.
Demanding. Responsibility.
You need to decide when it gets in the way because after all, we only do have one high school experience. Now, I know we've all heard of koalas, but have you ever heard of a golden koala?
Hey, I'm Ivan Romensky and I play lead guitar for the Golden Koalas. I started this band, and I started playing guitar when I was 6 years old when a goat gave me a guitar.
We are the Golden Koalas!
So I started playing guitar when I was 6 years old. I always wanted to start a band. And Sam has always been my friend since we were like 4, so I was like, man, I should get him to start a band with me.
He asked me, and I bought a guitar. And then we were stuck on what would we name our band. So we go up to this group of girls. And we asked them, what should we name our band? And so they said
Catonic deficit play.
All right, so fast forward about a year, right? We're in the 8th grade, and me, the most important member of the band, they asked me if I would, be honored to join their band. And I said, I'll do it in the terms that, I control everything and I do everything with the band, basically. So I started playing bass for the band, and I write all the songs, and I sing, and I do everything. And that's where we are today.
No, sure that's Ivan. I do absolutely everything. Me and Ivan, we named the band, alright? And then we were missing a bassist and a drummer. We were friends with this guy named Grayson. He's a great guy. So we told him, would you like to be our bassist? And he said yes.
Why are you telling me this? I know what happened. He never bought the bass. And so what basically happened is that I ended up buying the bass, and I had to choose between whether do I want to buy video games or do I want to buy a bass.
He bought video games.
I bought video games. So then fast forward about a month later, I got the money to buy a bass now. We started writing songs and stuff. And finally, in 9th grade, we got the gig to play at Rollfest and introduce ourselves, really, to the music world of high school.
But we forgot Matt. Alright, we were always friends with Matt. He was this kid that came in like 6th, 7th grade, 6th grade.
Six.
He was a foreigner. We called him foreigner based on that 70s show because he could not speak English whatsoever.
I didn't speak a word of English when I came here.
But we liked the guy, he liked the music we liked, and we decided to become friends with him.
I never really had a definite role. At one point I was a singer for one band that we had.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the keyboard player for one band that we had with this guy Henry. After 6th grade I went to another school and I met a guy called Henry. He's a ballet dancer and he plays drums really good. So then we got in contact, we got to his house, we ate a lot of junk food and we had fun. And then after I was like, alright, let's do this again anytime soon. And he never called us back.
Never called us back.
Never seen that guy anymore.
To be honest,
whatsoever.
To be honest, if I was him, I wouldn't have called this back either.
I never thought of myself as like a musician, but I was like, hey, what the hell? I was like, hey, why can't I be the drummer? And I was like, alright, sure, get a drum set. We made a jar, we raised money so I can get an electric drum set and practice and play. And that was at the time at Rollfest, right? I wasn't even part of it because I couldn't even play a basic rock beat.
We're not good yet.
We're not.
So then we kept making songs for fun and like funny songs, things that people would laugh at. We played at birthday parties and stuff. And then finally we started getting recording equipment. We decided, this way we can track our progress through the years.
Exactly.
So we ended up just trying out ourselves in different genres to the point where we even made like a rap song and stuff like that. And we thought, you know what, let's just get people and start collaborating and making fun songs. So that's where the Golden Koalas are right now.
Yeah.
The greatest band in the world.
And check us out on Spotify and iTunes.
And Shazam.
And Amazon Music, Google Play Music, Jukebox, and Jehu Answers.
Do you want to look fresh as funk like the people in these Golden Koalas shirts back here on the green screen? Well, here's what you do. You pre-order it on Bandcamp or you come up to us personally, and when we're in stock, we'll sell you a t-shirt. And you know what? If you pay extra, we'll personally visit you, we'll buy you a drink, we'll talk about your life, and we'll help you with your grades.
I'm a winner. Sam should be known as the first sinner. Before you fuck Matt, at least take the...
Well, be sure to check out one of their gigs because they're really fun. High Tides, I hope you have a great weekend and rest up because we've got a full week again.